When you're out flying your Mini 2, sometimes you want to change some crucial settings or find some important information out fast, and you don't want to have to dive through all the menus, potentially distracting you from your flying and burning crucial battery time. So in this video, I'll show you how to access that information really fast, so don't go away. Hey guys, here's a quick tips tutorial for you about accessing important information on the DJI Fly app when you're out flying your Mini 2 drone. So let's get straight into it. Now, you may not have known that most of the items you see around the edges of the screen in the DJI Fly app can be touched to reveal even more information, and in some cases allow you to change some of the settings. So I'll take you on a tour of the screen and show you some of the extra information you can access without having to dive into the main menus, some of which go several screens deep. Let's start on the top right of the screen. First up, by tapping the GPS status icon, you can see the number of satellites your Mini 2 is connected to and the signal strength you're getting. Tapping the battery information icon reveals useful details, including the amount of time until the drone will initiate a low battery return to home sequence, the amount of time before the drone will land itself due to a low battery, and the amount of time until the battery will be completely depleted. Now bear in mind that these values tend to change quite a bit depending on the speed you're flying at, how hard the motors are having to work. For instance, you may be battling wind, which will cause the batteries to deplete even faster, and the temperature of the environment you're flying in. Touching the system status bar is actually a goldmine because this allows you to quickly adjust the return to home altitude. Now, I've said in previous videos that it's a good idea to suss out the environment you'll be flying in and set the return to home altitude accordingly to make sure it's higher than the highest obstacle in the area, so that in the event that your drone is in a return to home sequence, the drone will definitely clear the obstacle on the way back to the home point. Now, I know I should practice what I preach, but sometimes I'm just in a hurry to get the drone airborne and neglect to do this before I take off. Now, yes, you can adjust it in flight, but doing it the normal way means you have to navigate through several menus and sub-menus to find that setting. Well, this feature can be a bit of a lifesaver because you can quickly access that page with one tap, set the required altitude, and carry on. The screen also allows you to adjust the maximum altitude and maximum distance you want the drone to go to if you want to set limits on that. Next, touching the icon in the bottom left-hand corner will expand the map or the attitude indicator. Now this displays information such as the orientation and tilt angle of the aircraft, the position of the remote controller, and the position of the home point. And then tapping the micro SD card information on the right toggles between the number of photos or video recording time remaining and the available capacity of the SD card itself. If you're in video mode, clicking the resolution and FPS section of this information, a little pop-up appears which quickly allows you to change the resolution and frames per second settings. And if you're in photo mode, that option changes between JPEG and JPEG plus RAW, which is super handy to be able to change this on the fly. You see what I did there? Forget it. Now when you're flying your Mini 2 drone, one of the most important things to understand is the return to home feature, how and why it works, and what the best settings are for it. Now if you're not sure how this works but want to understand it in a quick and simple way, check out the video on screen now, click on the link, and I'll see you over there. Thanks guys.